All right, welcome back YouTube for another painting update video. What I got in front of you guys today is my first half of a unit of Kardaka. And Kardaka are essentially imitation hoplites. These were used in the Alexandrian, later Achaemenid Empire era there. So these wouldn't be suitable for the Greco-Persian War. But they would be suitable for stuff after that. Uh, they have a bad reputation. They didn't perform like Greek hoplites, but Greek mercenary hoplites usually did not perform the best either. Uh, I've read some works about Greek mercenaries and like specifically on Greek mercenaries, and they tend not to perform very well in most circumstances. Um, there's some notable exceptions in there, which are big ones and they're well documented ones. So that's kind of why there's a love affair around Greek mercenaries. But anyways, I got these guys painted up in the week. This is the first half. It's a unit 24. This is 12 in front of you. These are all Foundry. So these are Steve Sala's Foundry Persians. They're about 90% done. I need to do the flesh wash on the skins. I need to do facial hair. And there's like 3 bow cases and scabbards I still need to do. But other than that, they're pretty much done. Half of them, or actually 5 out of the 12, have linen thoraxes. The rest are unarmored. So the unit's about a 50-50 mix, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 out of the 24 have linen thoraxes. The rest are unarmored. I decided to do these guys, as you can see here, in a blue and yellow. I like the way it looked. Painting that yellow was an experience. Painting yellow is always an experience. For some reason, painting yellow on these guys' tops were, wow, 3 or 4 coats I think I ended up doing, and that's still not at full opacity there. So, yeah, I was using Vallejo deep yellow, and usually Vallejo is pretty good. This color right here, and then I highlighted with light yellow. This color is a little too light for a straight highlight. It should probably be mixed. You should mix a little bit of that deep yellow in with it to tone it down just a little bit. But yeah, I had to do all the coats on these guys, and that just took time. And I hate that. I don't mind doing a couple coats when it's required, but doing like 3 or 4, it's just like, oh man, F my life. But anyways, I'll show some of these guys off here. Like I said, some are missing some bow cases and sword scabbards still. I haven't done the facial hair or the flesh wash on anything. Oh, and the inside of the shields. But anyways, here's just come on. I actually don't have to do this with my phone camera. So yeah, that's one of these guys there. They don't come with spears, so I had to use some spears. I just used some Fireforge plastic spears I had laying around. I did patterns on them. Here's one of the linen thoraxes. I did the bordering on the linen thoraxes in a mixture of, some of them are red, some of them are purple. Here's another guy. This is like Grandpa over here. Got to paint his beard still. But yeah, they all have patterns on. I did the patterns on every. Well, 3 of them don't have patterns actually, but 9 of the 12 have patterns on their clothes of various sorts. This is one of the Axemen guys here. So I really like the method I did for the linen thoraxes on these guys. I prime most of my miniatures in gray. If I'm doing like heavily armored plate mailed knights, I'll do it in black. But yeah, most of my guys just get done in a gray like this. I've showed this off before. This is the 3rd generation AK primer there. It's a medium gray, but essentially I took gray white, painted the linen thorax, and then washed it with my light gray Vallejo wash that I doled down a little bit with mixing medium. And that gave a really good effect on it. I really liked it. It brings out just enough definition on everything. I bought a few of these AK Interactive third generation paints. I have several of their vehicle and uniform kits from before, the second generation. These paints are really good, guys. I only own 3 colors. I own this, a turquoise, and an orange. But they are really, really good. Like, really great opacity on them, great coverage. They're very consistent. So I've had to start getting these paints because my local purveyor of paint, air compressor, cannot get Vallejo anymore. Vallejo is vaporware. Can't get it. But he can get AK Interactive. Not sure why. I think they're both made in Spain, which is quite hilarious. But he can't get Vallejo, but he can get AK Interactive. And they seem, I might even like them a little bit better. I need to try more colors. I need to try a yellow and a red, and maybe some greens to get a good sense of the range. But right now, the 3 colors I do have are really good. So, way better than the war paint, the army painter war paint sets. I'm not a big fan of the army painter colors. They're not consistent. They really mix. You have to shake the living hell out of them. They're inconsistent. They're really hard to reach full opacity with. Their washes are phenomenal. Their metallics are phenomenal. And then they have a couple colors in there that are really, really great. But the majority, they're just a pain in the ass to work with. I still use them because I have them, but the majority of my painting I do is with Vallejo. And these third generation AKs might be they might give these a run for their money. So I won't be doing a video next week. I'll probably work on the second half of the unit a little bit. I'm going out of town for the holidays. Be gone for a week, and then I get back, and I have my 10-year-old this Christmas. We have to alternate Christmases with my ex, and so I'm going to be doing a lot of skiing and family activities. So probably won't get much painting done. I really want to try and get some painting done. But yeah, my goal is essentially finish up this 24-man unit of Kardaka, and then I'm going to be out of Persians. I got more Persians in the mail from First Corps, but in the meantime, I have 12 Aventine Principes to paint, and I have 16 Relic Velites to paint. So I'm probably going to try and just start working on those guys. I won't finish those guys until probably the first, week of January, second week of January, but that's okay. By then I'll have the rest of the Persians, or I should say most of the rest of the Persians. I'll still have to place a Victrix order for the rest of the Kardakas, because I want to do 3 units of Sparabar, 3 units of Kardaka, and so far I only have 1 of each. All the first corps order has 2 more orders of Sparabar, but no Kardaka. So I'll be doing Victrix for the rest of the Kardaka. These foundry miniatures are great. I really love Steve Sala's sculpting. Like, these were really fun to paint. My only gripe is you can see here, I got a little lazy and I just did bronze covered shields there. And that is because I did not feel like hand painting designs on them, and they don't make shield transfers for them, so that sucks. The Victrix stuff is fully supported by shield transfers, so which is good, because then I'll have good variation in the army. I have these guys that will have bronze shields, and then I'll have the other guys that'll have shield transfers from Little Big Man. But yeah, that's my only ding on these Foundry. There's no shield transfers for them. Other than that, they're awesome miniatures. 3 of the command figures are actually from Crusader. There's a couple ones here you can see here. They're probably a little bit more. Their shield's a little bit larger than the ones provided by Foundry, which is probably actually a little bit more accurate proportioned right there. I'd say that shield is more of a Aspis. So. But yeah, 3 of the command figures are from Crusader, and they fit in, as far as the figures, they fit in marvelously together. So That's pretty much it for me. If I complete these guys, and if I complete these guys and the Velites, that'll bring me to around 450 miniatures, 420 to 450 miniatures, somewhere in there for the year, painted for the year. My goal was to do 500 this year. I did 450 last year, so at least I'm staying consistent year over year. I really wanted to hit 500, but I had some lazy months. January and like February of this year, I didn't paint shit, and then I had COVID, which slew me down last month. So, but I'm back. We're gonna grind. We're gonna get these Persians knocked out. Once I have this unit of Kardaka, that's gonna be my third unit. It's like 76 miniatures, I believe, 78 miniatures, and the army will be 20% done. So we're cranking away. We're 1/5 of the way there. So we'll just keep grinding, and we'll get there. So until next time, guys, keep on painting.